to another episode of John Cerbone's Hypnosis Insights, the show on YouTube where you can learn more about the world of hypnotism. I'm going to talk a little bit about suggestion. Everything in your life is a suggestion. Getting up in the morning, you think to yourself, I better get out of bed now, it's time to get up. I better get dressed, it's time for me to get dressed. We self-suggest and visualize things to ourselves all the time. I've occasionally met people who tell me, I'm not capable of visualizing anything. That's actually impossible. You would not be able to live your life without visualizing or imagining something in your life or your world. All of your life is about some level of imagining or visualization. And as hypnosis happens naturally to both men, women, and children alike, perhaps you'll see a relative, a spouse, a loved one, a child dazed out into space. You look at them and they're kind of just glassy-eyed, staring off at television perhaps. Or ladies watching this video, if you have a boyfriend or a significant other and they're watching a football game perhaps, or a baseball game, come on, we have to leave, and you get, Or gentlemen, if the lady's absorbed in some program she's enjoying or a movie and you have to leave, and you get the same response. Or if you have kids and it's time to leave the house and they don't want to, they're glued to the TV, as my mother used to call it. Well, that's all forms of naturally occurring hypnotism. We're a lot more hypnotized than we think we are. A minimum of 7 times a day. The more intelligent, stressed out, or creative, the more hypnotizable a person is. Naturally occurring examples of hypnotism include watching TV, laughing or crying at a TV show or a movie. You know it's fake, and yet you're responding as if it's real, a form of hypnotism. Anybody watching a martial arts movie or a boxing film like the Rocky movies, and you feel your shoulders going because you're in the movie with the lead character and you're following along. You're in that fighting ring with him and you're taking out various people. You're boxing in that square circle, as they call it, right along with him, taking out the bad guy. That's a form of hypnotism. Sitting in school years ago, you were dazed out into space outside the window, and teachers always seem to find that student, call on them for a question, and the student has no clue. And once in my life, at least, I was dazed out the window, called upon, didn't know what the teacher was talking about, and my goofy friend sitting next to me whispered the wrong answer intentionally. I repeated it, and the entire class laughed. That's a form of hypnotism and suggestion. Other times, getting off an elevator. You're in a mall or a busy office building. Most everybody gets off the elevator. They take a bunch of steps forward. You take 3 steps, you get off the elevator, and then realize it's the wrong floor, and you do the old, no, I secretly meant to get off at this floor, and you get back on the elevator. Also a form of hypnotism. Driving in a car. Most of us, once we've learned how to drive more automatically, drive the car automatically and don't remember the middle of the trip. You don't know every lane you've been in. You don't know every traffic light you've stopped at, every bad pothole in the road you've had to dodge, every dangerous driver you've had to move around. And yet there you are, usually safely and in one piece. All forms of naturally occurring hypnotism. If awake is over here and asleep is over there, hypnotism's in the middle. You pass through it to fall asleep, you pass through it to wake up, and then at least an additional 5 more times during the day. If you are under heavy stress, if you are using your brain quite a lot, if you're under other types of pressure on a various basis throughout the day, all of that is forms of naturally occurring hypnotism. It seems to be the way your brain is cycling down stress energy in order to keep you safe and healthy. Also, there are times in your life when you will hallucinate in a form of hypnosis away from a situation to reduce your stress. How many of us in a hurry have put our keys down, running around the house before we have to get out and go somewhere? And then we look and the keys seem to be gone. And after yelling at people in the house perhaps, or looking around the house and not being able to find the keys, we eventually just give up, sit down, and then we look down and there the keys are right where we just looked and didn't see them. Your brain was under too much stress, it cycled down, and basically created something that wasn't there, an image of no keys, until you calm down enough. It's happened to me, except I know that. So I sit down, I deep breathe a couple of breaths, I relax, I open my eyes, and everything is in a slightly different place, and so my stress levels have reduced. Consequently, we're a lot more hypnotized than we think we are. Another question I get quite a bit from people is hypnosis real? Yeah, it is. It happens to us on a regular basis. Another question, does it really work? If a hypnotist you're working with is provided with accurate information and is constructing a session for you to achieve a goal, perhaps quitting smoking, losing weight, sleeping better, reducing stress, overcoming a fear, doing better in school or passing a test, surviving a breakup, all of that stuff, and so much more, can be accomplished by being hypnotized and being given proper suggestions. Most hypnotists will give you some kind of a reinforcement modality as a form of self-hypnotism and self-hypnosis training. Technically, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, even if you're guided into it, because it's something that happens to your brain on a regular basis. It's something that happens to you on a regular basis. So therefore, all hypnosis, even if it's led, is a form of self-hypnotism. There is no loss of control. People don't rob the bank and bring you any money. Consequently, hypnosis is natural, it's safe, and it's time we demystified it and brought it out into the light even more for all the wonderful impact and work we can do in the field of hypnotism. This has been another episode of John Cerbone's Hypnosis Insights. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes in the future. And if you have any questions, please take a look at my website and send me an email. Within reason, I will do my best to answer every question you have on the field of hypnotism. I've got a career spanning decades and would love to explain more about hypnosis to you. Thank you very much for watching. It's been my pleasure. Bye-bye.